All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to a daily update of my 1000 days challenge. This is day 342, so let's get things started. All right, so first and foremost, even though the balance looks the same, I actually have one loss in terms of main trading house setup and one loss in terms of experimental trade setup. So there's a drop of 150, but up actually more than 150 because of slippages and fees. But basically, it's both in Ethereum went on a long trade, which was coherent in terms of the yesterday market trend itself. So nothing wrong with that. So yeah, I'll update after this recording itself. All right, otherwise, in terms of the market structure update itself, you'll notice that we are still looking tentatively bullish for the US market itself. But on the China market, like I mentioned, with the authorities coming in itself, even for the non-tech stock, it seems to be affected, as you can see over there for ASHR. And reason being is very simple and clear in the sense that you can see the China presence or government presence in terms of the market itself, and also ASHR is predominantly still in the sense being linked to the being listed in US itself could predominantly be affected if the China government were to impose any particular law when it comes to listing in US as well. So that's something, and that's a very huge risk to come into play. So with that being said, do bear in mind that generally, even though the news has come out, like what people have understand, generally the price currently most likely already reflect the current discount. So in my humble opinion, it wouldn't be the best time to exit of the market unless you do intend to exit permanently of the China market that is being listed in US itself, and you could reinvest it directly into China market itself. That could be another way to do it, or you could invest directly in the Hong Kong exchanges itself. But from what I understand, they are also potentially going to be very harsh in terms of the Hong Kong listing just as well. So you can see over here, rejection, a very strong breakdowns, especially after bearish consolidation over here. So this is something that I did mention was a potential for the past weeks and month ahead. But bear in mind that over here, the next potential strong support will be at least 54 to $58 region itself. So yep. So that'll be a very good sign. So I did mention that yesterday when you do sell, yeah, today you could potentially get in, or you could be a little bit more greedy and just wait over here. So the very hard part is when would you be getting in? Would you want just a 3% discount, which would be great since you already have it right now? Or if you actually do wait or bounce over here, it could bounce up so fast and then before you know it, it could be higher than what you're buying, or it could just be over here and you're just having a very small little discount and the risk is very high because you may miss out on just the 1 to 2 days in the market itself. So yeah, so for me, I'm still staying in terms of a clearly invested. There's no reason to pull out of it. But if I do consider pulling out, then there will be reshifting in terms of my stocks portfolio into buying directly, at least from Hong Kong or even from China market itself. Yeah, there will definitely be a consideration and a reduction in terms of regulatory risk. All right, and finally for Bitcoin itself, so we did have some sort of bearish rejection yesterday. You will see we have one rejection, two rejections for 2 consecutive days. Yeah. So if you were to hide the drawings, yeah, you'll see they have one rejection, two rejections. So very nice 2 rejection upon the way itself. All right, so now I mentioned I've entered this trade, no change in terms of potential setup. We are still yet to retest this 50 simple moving average since last month, which was on the 12th of May, the faithful day with the very large drop. And so yeah, let's see how things react to it. But tentatively right now, I do see further consolidation, but it will potentially last even to towards, I guess, maybe even the middle or end of this month itself before we have a decisive break towards upside or downside of things. So even though I do want it to break towards the upside, I do tell myself that it's very clear that we are in a bearish trend and we do see potential downside. So for me right now, I'm just accumulating more cash. Although from month to month, I still do continue to buy in terms of dollar cost averaging it as well. All right, so having that said, no change in terms of the setup for Bitcoin. I'm still short setup with this. No change in terms of that. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop by your comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.